Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan. Television era of baseball, certain moments have been appointment viewing. The shot heard around the world. Cal Ripken Jr. becoming baseball's Iron Man. The epic home run chase of 1998.
There it is! 62! Touch first, Mark. You are the new single-season home run king.
Over the last 2 seasons,
Swing and a miss! That's 12!
every time Shohei Ohtani has been on our screen,
He has done it! His second 3-run jack of the night.
fans have been glued to their seats. Because if you're not watching,
Is he looking to go back-to-back? He is!
you might miss history.
It is in there! A career-high 13 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani.
Get to your seats, because you won't want to miss it.
Valley Sports presents Angels Baseball, and for the final time of 2022, it is showtime. Angels and the Athletics from the Oakland Coliseum, and the man, Shohei Ohtani, will take the mound here in game 162. And in the first inning, when he completes that, he will make history. Alongside two-time All-Star Mark Gubicza, I'm Patrick O'Neill. Gooby, it's been an absolute blast. We certainly do not overlook the magistry of one Shohei Ohtani, what he's accomplished this season.
Patio, just watching even that opening there, you get goosebumps to see what he has accomplished again this season. We thought last year was spectacular. This year, even better for Shohei because he is pitching better. An ERA, 2.35. 4th best in the American League. He's got 213 strikeouts in 161 innings pitched. His slider is devastating. And then when you see what he does on both sides, both swinging the bat and pitching, first player in MLB history with 10+ wins and 30+ home runs. In the history of the game, when you put that in perspective, what he has accomplished, and he seems like he's only going to get better because his motivation and his respect for the game are outstanding. So Shohei Ohtani, for me, has done everything we kind of anticipated and then goes beyond that. When you go back to that last time out there, had a no-hitter into the 8th inning against Oakland, ended up with 10 punch-outs for the 10th time this season, 10 or more strikeouts, only gave up 2 hits. No earned runs again against Oakland. Had a near-perfect game earlier in the season against the Astros. We talked about that on the pregame show, but his stuff, using his cutter. He had 2 strikeouts all season with his cutter. He struck out 3 in that game. The creative one continues to do things unbelievable. That slider right now is an unhittable pitch. But I love the fact that he's emotional and he wants to go out there and perform at the highest level.
And he had his no-hitter broken up with 2 outs in the 8th inning. What do you think we will see from him on the mound here today?
Well, he wants to make history, so I think there's going to be something incredibly special happen here today for Shohei Ohtani, because anytime he's pushed to that next level, he goes next level, and I can't wait to see him go out there and swing the bat today, but most important to see what he's going to do on the bump.
Needs just that 1 inning, and he will qualify as a pitcher and as a hitter. Really spectacular. Well, we saw Kurt Suzuki being honored yesterday, as this will be his final season. You see that big board on your screen. Thank you, Stephen Vogt. There he is, 10 years in the bigs, an all-star. He is loved here in Oakland, and he will retire at the end of the season, catching his final game. Congrats to Stephen Vogt, Visalia, California, Azusa Pacific. Here is the Angels batting order. Game 162, and a good one. Luis Rengifo, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Taylor Ward cleaning up. Then it's Matt Duffy, David Fletcher. Livan Soto has just been spectacular with the bat. Joe Adell and Max Stassi, of course, is catching Shohei Ohtani.
I expect something special for Mike Trout here today, too. Maybe even his first at-bat, Patio.
Here is Ken Waldichuk. He was acquired from the Yankees in that Frankie Montas trade. He's from San Diego, went to St. Mary's College. Whoop, whoop. That's very close to here. Great program. And he's one of the top prospects in the organization.
Yeah, Waldichuk fastball is 92-97. He'll throw a slider, a changeup, and curveball. My go-tos, though, to have success, especially on a warm afternoon day here in Oakland, where the baseball will carry. Lift those fastballs in the air. 4 home runs, allowed 354 batting average versus his fastball. And you got to have that middle of the field approach on his changeup. It's a pretty good changeup. You got to stay back on it in middle of the field and have success on that, but jump on a fastball.
Gorgeous day here in the Bay. Great to have you all with us, not only today, all season long, not only in Southern California, across the country, across the world. Mark Ubaza, Erica Weston on the field, Patrick O'Neill, our entire crew of Bally Sports. Happy to have you here for the finale of 2022.
By the way, the best crew in the game here.
No question. They said we'd get first pitch at 1 o'clock on the dot. Let's see if they got it. 101, we'll give them.
Well, it is the 101. We know how slow the 101 could be on occasion.
The switch hitter, Luis Rengifo, crushing left-handed pitching all season. Nice changeup, swing and a miss. Rengifo, for the first time in his career, is a qualifying hitter. He's proved he can play at this level.
How great of a moment is this for Stephen Vogt to be behind the plate here. Last game in the major leagues. Great guy. Just a great guy to be around. Have Kurt Suzuki last night, Stephen Vogt here today. Special.
Sure is. And Rengifo hits that pretty well. Tony Kemp, though, has room, stays in the yard, 1 down.
Yeah, you're going to see some fly balls against Waldichuk. He's only got a 35% ground ball rate, so we always know it, especially these day games, baseball carries really well, even to center field and right center, left center. Not as much as nighttime, because otherwise Shohei Ohtani would have a 19-game hit streak. Who's on deck?
Here he is, Mike Trout, 39 homers. Looking to hit 40. He's looking to do it right there. He's got 40 homers against the A's in his career. Shy of A-Rod and others that have hit 43 for the franchise record. Or the most against the franchise.
And their approach is still trying to throw high fastballs to Trout, but if it goes down just enough in the zone, Trout's going to cover it. It's been one of those change-up times, though, maybe. Wow. Trout's looked the same thing. You talk about bringing a pitch back in, Stephen Vogt, that was way off the plate. He brought it back in. I mean, this is way off the outside corner. It brings it in.
Not that time. 2-2. That is Adam Beck, home plate umpire here this afternoon.
And you know, as an umpire, when you have pitchers, especially one like Shohei Ohtani, going to be on the mound, you get excited. You're like a fan, really. You up your game as an umpire.
Full count.
How many times have you said that with Trout at the plate this year? Full count. It's amazing. Even with 2 strikes, you look up, boom, full count. Wait for something to drive.
Fouls the changeup, straight back. Defense behind Ken Waldichuk here this afternoon. Game 162. Tony Kemp, Seth Brown, and Connor Capel. Infield, third to first. Pinder, Allen, Diaz, and Garcia. And as we mentioned, Vogt is behind the plate. And that is a 1-out walk for Trout.
Yeah, 525th game behind the plate for Stephen Vogt. Caught over 4,000 innings. Caught 91 base stealers throughout his career. Very solid career. 10 seasons, an all-star.
Right behind that Angels dugout, there is a decent amount of Angels fans that have made the trip to see this man, Shohei Ohtani, just, you know, put the finishing touches on what we all believe is an MVP season. Oakland A's have won the first 2 games of the series walk-off style. Literal walk-off last night. And Shohei just pokes that out into right field.
Needed that last night.
He sure did.
Let's start a new streak. 1 game hitting streak going into 2023.
That's right. Didn't quite get all of that, but it doesn't matter. He's aboard.
That's the beauty of baseball. That baseball he hit last night right on the money, and Seth Brown made a great play running back to the wall in left center. Catches it. This one off the end of the bat, flares in there. Just an exit velocity of 73.2. Still thinking about what he's trying to do at the plate here. Game 162.
Still a nice hit, which will make that batting average look a little better at the end of the season on the back of the bubblegum card. Ohtani now hitting 274, and here's the Angels' leading hitter as far as average is concerned, Taylor Ward, coming in at 283.
65 RBI, looking to add on here with 2 runners on here, trying to get an early lead for Shohei Ohtani.
There's a lot of MVPs on the bases right now. Two and 0. Big difference for Taylor Ward going into next year as opposed to this year, where they were like, Taylor Ward's going to be our right fielder. Like, oh, okay, wow. But now, you know, going into next year, he's got it locked down. His job to lose, as they say.
Just keep working on things, working to stay healthy. Very good as far as seeing pitches himself in the course of an at-bat. Doesn't chase a lot. Line drive percentage, one of the best in the game. Average distance on fly balls, one of the tops in the game at about 193 feet. Taylor.
And Jordan Diaz has that one, and there's 2 down.
Number 5, Matt Duffy.
Matt Duffy with a big hit last night, RBI single that tied the game. Sent it into extras. Another young man that grew up rooting for the Angels. The 2002 World Series. And it's been a real thrill for him to wear that Angels uniform. Just underway here in Oakland, 2 on 2 out. Here's the 1-0. Waldichuk was Sargubi with the Yankees in the minor leagues. He was putting up amazing numbers. That's why Oakland really wanted him to be a big part of that trade for Montas.
Good arm. You can see that when you're average, you get a fastball up there, average about 94.3 miles per hour. That's significant, especially from the left side. Seth Brown shading Matt Duffy a little bit towards right center. That's where he hits a lot of his baseballs. Middle to right center.
Pulls that one over to the hole. Nick Allen goes the short way. He forces out Ohtani. So that man right there is about to take the mound and about to make history. I'm thrilled to see what Shohei Ohtani is going to do here today on the hill. 28 start, 14th on the road, and I mean the superlatives, you run out of them because he has been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball at 15-8, but 213 strikeouts and 161 innings.
And an outstanding whip too for a power guy like Shohei Ohtani. His slider has been great. My go-tos for Shohei to continue this incredible stretch he has had on the mound is use his sinker for outs on the ground. That way it'll allow him to get deep in the game and utilize and use that slider because he's been able to get some chases early on that, but that sinker down will make that slider even better this afternoon.
Here's the Oakland A's batting order. In their finale, Tony Kemp, Sean Murphy, Seth Brown, Jordan Diaz, Stephen Vogt in his final game of his career, Chad Pinder, Connor Capel, Dermis Garcia, and Nick Allen hitting ninth. And you want to, everybody, you know how you talked about the umpire is going to raise his level. Everybody raises their level when Shohei's on the bump, including the defense. It's Joe Adell, Mike Trout, Taylor Ward in the outfield. Third to first here this afternoon, Luis Rengifo, Levon Soto, David Fletcher, and Matt Duffy. And behind the plate, his personal catcher, Max Stassi.
And Mike Trout out in center field, only one error in his last 211 games. And he was talking about this yesterday in his press conference, how important it was to improve on all those defensive metrics. He has definitely done that, and he will continue to work hard during the offseason to be even better next year.
And certainly props going out to coaching staff working diligently with all of these players before the game. Damon Mayshore working with the outfielders. They get a lot of reps. First pitch from Shohei is in there.
And a cutter again. The creative one starts out with a cutter. He almost makes you laugh when he goes out because you just really don't know what he's going to throw early in the game, ever. In our Hyundai key for the game today, going Tupac. Got to go with some Tupac when you're up here today. All eyes on me and all the eyes on Shohei Ohtani potentially making history here already in the first inning.
It went cutter, fastball at 97. And ahead of Tony Kemp, 0-2.
And using his splitter early. That means he, down in the bullpen, he had a good feel for it. Usually that first one he'll throw doesn't get a whole lot of swings at the first one. Usually it's an elevated one, but this one's straight down, so that's a good sign. He's feeling good about his splitter. We know how dominant that pitch can be. He's got a whiff percentage of over 49% with his splitter. Not unusual for Tony Kemp to have a long at bat. Remember, even that last game where Shohei took a no-hitter in the 8th inning was a long at bat, the first at bat of the game by Tony Kemp, but eventually got him out. But it was quite a few pitches to get him out.
I know when you talked to Shohei yesterday for Gooby Tuesday, which absolutely blown up, by the way, that was incredible. The 2-2, that is in there, got him.
Went backdoor slider, got the lower part of the strike zone. So some cutters, he's asking where that was. It's in the strike zone.
Sure is.
Lower part of the strike zone, no doubt a strike.
First slider and a beauty.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he told you, Gooby, he'd rather hit a 400-foot home run than throw a 100-mile-per-hour pitch, but, you know.
When you can do both, it's pretty fun to be able to say, I tried that one, I'll do that one. 400-foot home run, though, is kind of fun for him.
Maybe he'll get to experience it here today. As in a long drought for him. the home run. Doesn't really matter when you're playing like this. Sean Murphy swinging a miss on another cutter.
So back-to-back batters, he started out the at-bat with cutters, Kemp and Murphy.
Murphy DHing here this afternoon with Stephen Vogt behind the plate. Shohei has a batter last night. Got hit in his pitching arm with an 85-mile-an-hour changeup. Doesn't seem to be affecting him at all.
Already some good velo on his fastball with some movement there. That's the sinker. That is the pitch. It's going to make a huge difference going forward, even the next season. It's hard to believe improvement, but that sinker is devastating. Trying to go on the same page.
Lifted into center field. Trout's got a pretty long run, but he is there, and he has it.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. How Shohei Ohtani got those outs against Oakland, where he took a potential no-hitter into the 8th inning with 24 of those outs, 15 of them on a slider. We mentioned his cutter usage. He's got 4 outs with his sinker, with 3. I love that sinker. And this one with his splitter, and he will get a number of those outs in zone. That tells you how good those pitches are when he's in his zone. Yes, that middle part's still wide open for your pitcher in there, Patrick.
I'm still trying to find a way to get my head shot right in the middle of the strike zone, because there's plenty of room. Seth Brown with 2 down, 1 out away from making history for Shohei. Qualifying as a pitcher, already as a hitter. It's never happened in the World Series era. It never happened.
So he got Murphy to hit a lazy fly ball on a curveball. Throws a first pitch curveball to Brown. Seth Brown's had a pretty solid series so far. Going back to a curveball. Shook it off initially. He's going back to it. And that was a sinker. That had some movement to it, too. Wow.
2-0 to Brown. What was extra special about that last outing versus Oakland? He walked the leadoff hitter. Then he got a double play to end that inning, and he was at the minimum when Capel broke it up with 2 down in the 8th.
Well, like normal, when you see with Shohei Ohtani, the focus, the determination to do something special every time he takes the field, whether he's at the plate or on the mound.
Hit well out towards right field. Taylor Ward, a long run, and he's unable to get it, and that's a foul ball. So Brown tried to hook that into the corner. Well, he did, but just missed extra bases.
Yeah, you can see how the baseball will carry here during the day. That ball wasn't hit real well. He's out in front and just kept drifting.
So he's got a 2-2 count here to Brown. Do you think he's going to try to finish him off with a slider here?
Slider or splitter, I think. Although he has been successful throwing 4-seamer upstairs. Not an easy guessing game when it comes to Ohtani.
Good point. And there's a ground ball. Rengifo has it, throws him out, and history has been made. 162 innings pitched for Shohei. Qualifies as a pitcher, qualifies as a hitter. It has never been done in the history of MLB.
agreeing to terms with Phil Nevin to officially return and manage the Halos next season. Nevin did address the media before the game today. He said he spoke with Perry Manassian in his office last night. He said he was a bit nervous heading in for that conversation until he realized what direction the conversation was turning. But he said, you know, considering everything that they've been able to accomplish down the stretch here, you can see the light, if you will. And a lot of times when you get these opportunities, you're walking into a place that's rebuilding. Expectations are low for a while, but ours aren't. And guys, you know that Phil Nevin's a tough guy, but he also wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he was quite emotional talking about the opportunity heading into next year. He paused for a while when asked if he was able to make some phone calls once he got the news. He said he snuck in a few, but he said there were certainly people he wishes he could call. My college coach Augie, Mike Bell, Kevin Towers. Those are the people that led me down this path and pushed me. I know they would be proud. Guys.
Erica, great job. And that's exactly what got him when he became interim manager in that first opening press conference. And that's what's great about Phil Nevin. He's so communicative with all of us in the media. He's open, accessible, and I think it's a great move.
Yeah, he has the respect of the players, and that is huge. And he loves the game, and he loves this opportunity. And I'm so happy for him, and very, very emotional in the dugout today.
Fletcher, ground ball. Allen gets him. And Erica, just one quick follow-up. One thing, the relationship that we all have with Phil Nevin, he likes to poke fun a little bit too, right? He could get honest a little bit.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You know what's really great? He's got a good relationship with the media because he kind of pokes fun at them with some of the questions they ask, not because of the questions that they ask, but because a week ago when Shohei was pitching against the A's and he had the near no-hitter, he was asked about him possibly going out there any day having a perfect game or a no-no, and it just so happened that that was what happened in that game. He came 4 outs shy of it, and he said after the game he pointed at our friend Sarah Valenzuela with the LA Times and said, "I was thinking about you the whole game." So it's great. There's always a good thing to laugh about with Phil, and you know, we have to give him credit because he's always answering the questions that we have to ask.
That's true. Thank you. Lifted by Levon Soto, and Allen is busy so far.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 7, Joe Adell.
I'll bring up Joe Adell, 2 down. So we had a brief conversation with Perry Manassian, all the other, and Perry's going to do his big media availability tomorrow with all the press, but he'll sit down with Phil and make all the decisions on the rest of the coaching staff and players.
He's already thinking about work to be done already.
Yep.
I mean, this last game of the season already at work tomorrow. You're going to be seeing the Instructional League team playing some games at the Big A. I mean, it's all about the future, the farm system, and the Major League level, and looking at depth. That's the most important thing. Because you're going to have injuries.
Yes.
You need that depth at the Major League level, and it starts with the players down in the minor leagues too. So there's a lot of work to be done. The goal is postseason. It was not accomplished, so that's the goal from day one of the off season, which starts tomorrow.
Yeah, just because this grind of 162 is over, that man is going to continue on with his staff. He'll end up in the Dominican Republic also for Instructional League there. Then you got the GM meetings, winter meetings. Good second half for this team, but they have to get better. Looking for a flare, not going to get it because that's an easy pop out to Dermis Garcia. And a quick 3 outs in the second. Shohei, first player in history to qualify for both the batting title and the ERA title. Wait, we're not done, there's more. Also first player in history to lead team in plate appearances and innings pitched.
I mean, every day it's like history being made by Shohei Ohtani. He's that amazing of a player.
How difficult is it to physically do what he's accomplished?
Everybody I've talked to, whether they're a position player or a pitcher, thinking they don't have no idea how that's possible.
Ground ball to Rengifo, Diaz thrown out one away.
By the way, I love that sinker getting a quick out. That is going to take him to that next level where you're going to see him every game, 7, 8 innings, because he's good. He has the capability now of getting it out on a ground ball with a sinker. But I mean, amazing what he's doing.
Here's a big ovation for Stephen Vogt in his final game in the big leagues. That activated the goosebumps right there. We have been privileged the last couple of games to congratulate two great players and their impact on the game of baseball in Kurt Suzuki and here today, Stephen Vogt.
And the amazing thing is when you see both sides applauding him, that's how good of a player.
And look who delivered the lineup card. Stephen Vogt on one side and Kurt Suzuki on the other.
That's beautiful. Perfection. Boy, he's got some movement on his sinker today. Wow.
I think he just likes to keep us guessing on his pitch mix, his arsenal, because by the end of the game, that slider usage is going to be up there because the numbers on that slider have been just spectacular.
Slider percentage at 35%. I mean, at 29%, sinker at 35. Cutter, using that quite a bit in curveball. There's the slider back door. Such a perfectionist. He felt he didn't throw that one well.
Only 3 pitchers in the American League have thrown 1,000+ sliders, and it is Robbie Ray, Dylan Cease, and now Shohei Ohtani. He has gone over 1,000 sliders pitched on the season.
All 3 get a lot of punch-outs on their sliders. Shohei with already with 85 strikeouts on the slider.
Another ground ball. And Fletcher, excuse me, Levon Soto has it. Let's take a look at the slider usage. Over 1,000, that's 3rd most in baseball, and thrown on the first pitch, 2nd most. But he throws them for strikes.
Yeah, he throws them for strikes. And as usual, hitters are going to be more aggressive against Ohtani on the first pitch because they don't want to deal with all the other secondary pitches. So they're going to be swinging early, and he throws that slider enough in the strike zone that he can get some outs and swings with it, even if it's not necessarily in the strike zone.
And 3 straight outs via the ground ball. 2 down, bottom 2nd. Here's Chad Pinder.
Eight sliders thrown today, 6 of them strikes for Ohtani. Wow, you can see by that swing right there by Chad Pinder. He was almost anticipating, because you think out of the hand it's a hard slider. He's throwing a slider harder this year than he has in the past. Well, he was reacting as if trying to gear up to a fastball, and then he sees the break on the slider and late on a swing. Wow,
drops that in there, spots it. Even Chad Pinder's like, really? He's looking around.
Yeah, because they're not used to that pitch necessarily, so you're seeing that movement, so they think it's not a strike, but that was all over the strike zone.
Working quickly, the 1-2. Ohtani thinks he did, but that's Rob Drake says, no, he didn't. Looked like he held up.
Yeah, it was just a little too far off the plate to get a chase. Never really had the appearance of being a strike. with a cutter. Less spin on his cutters compared to his slider. It's still an effective pitch.
Usually I'll ask you, do you think this pitcher should add a different kind of pitch into his arsenal? I mean, this guy's got every single one. Swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout for Shohei Ohtani. It's showtime here in Oakland, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 2 Ks, still scoreless as we head to the third. For national dominance as the 2 top-ranked high school football teams in the country face off. At number 1, St. John Bosco, the Braves. They travel down the 5 to take on the number 2 ranked Modern Day Monarchs. What a game. Coverage starts at 7:30 on Bally Sports SoCal.
And there'll be a lot of eyes watching it on TV and also at the game. That's an outstanding matchup.
Max Stassi takes a strike. Ken Waldichuk on the hill for Oakland. 24 years old. 0-2. So
first pitch curveball, next pitch changeup. Loves to go upstairs with his 4-seamer.
Soft contact. Nice easy hop for Nick Allen. 1 down.
Kind of missed his spot, and Stassi just missed that one because he was trying to go upstairs with the 4-seamer, but missed down, but he still got a ground ball out.
Renifo 0 for 1. Flied out to left. Only 1 hit in the ball game so far off the bat of Shohei Ohtani.
Pretty healthy hack there for Renifo. Just missed it last at bat. Just in front of the warning track and left center for Renifo.
Good life on that fastball. 1-2. You look at this Angels team for 2023 this year. Defense excellent. Starting pitching really good. Bullpen needs improvement, but the offense really needs to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, especially where it was in the beginning of the season. Now, the first month and a half, you were expecting a team that would score a lot of runs. It's slowed down, so that's something the Angels and the entire organization are going to make sure they address that.
This man's been busy. Gallen takes care of Renifo. Mike Trout, game number 119 on the season. American League players with fewer than 120 games, and you look at the most homers in a season. Trout, McGuire with 39. Ken Griffey Jr. with 40 in the record. Nelson Cruz for under than 120 games, 41 in 2019. Strictly as a DH, but
he swam all the way up here, that Trout had.
Certainly the biggest crowd of the series with Ohtani on the hill. There's the 1-0 to Mike.
Really is a solid crowd really here, because coming into the ballpark, number of people wondering how big of a crowd would be here today. So you see Shohei Ohtani. Hey, congratulations to Stephen Vogt, a great career.
Oh, that's a fair ball down the line. And Mike Trout's going to get himself a stand-up double. to bring up Ohtani to drive him in.
Twice on base for Trout today. A walk, now a double. 28th double. Get him 69 extra base hits. That changeup was covered by Trout. Shohei had a chance to help himself out here now. Just under 107 miles per hour exit velocity, 106.9 for Trout on a changeup.
Let's show you our key player profile as a hitter, as a pitcher. Shohei Ohtani, he's a superstar. 34 homers, 663 plate appearances. As a pitcher, only 14 homers allowed to 652 batters.
This amazing stats for Ohtani this season. Oh, but still going back to Trout, when you think about it, 69 extra base hits for Trout this year, and this is 119th game. It's amazing numbers.
He has the ultimate respect from every single player in the league currently and in the past. They're watching because they know what he's doing is just impossible. Yeah. To do it at the top, best, top 5 in both.
And every day, every day.
Oh, I'm not so sure. So look at his numbers with runners in scoring position. As a hitter, his OPS, 1,224. As a pitcher, 482, which is 3rd best in baseball.
Yeah, it's not just the American League, it's all of baseball. He was on that fastball. Interesting to watch. Tony Kemp is playing close to the left field line.
Last season, unanimous AL MVP, played 155 games. Here today, game number 157 on the season. Went to first base. Garcia is going to trot over and retire the side. Still scoreless here in the Bay. The season for the Angels. Let's look at number 4 when Ohtani flirted with perfection and a no-hitter. So April 20th and September 29th.
I mean, that outing in Houston was some of the most incredible pitches thrown, and the looks that those hitters had. A team that had success against Shohei. He dominated for 12 punch-outs, and then flirts with a no-hitter the last time out against the A's, in which he punched out 10 for the 10th time this season.
Think he can improve as a pitcher next year?
Yes. Main reason is just watching that sinker he's throwing right now, because it's going to give hitters something to look at that lower plane. So now they're going to have to be quick enough on that sinker, and then he has that splitter will be better, even slider down. It's going to be even more effective because the eyes of the hitters are tracking lower part instead of always looking upstairs on his four-seamer.
Last time he saw this guy, Connor Cable, he broke up that no-hitter. Just reached out and delivered it through the infield. Livan Soto, oh, so close to making the play. Right after that, Garcia with a clean single. Soto could sleep a little bit better. Scoreless once again here in Oakland, bottom of the 3rd. How long did you take off from at the end of a season and just kind of regroup?
Usually I would just start playing catch, mid-November. Start really ramping up at about December 1st.
What do you think Shohei does?
With Shohei, he is a workout machine. I know he likes to sleep, he says.
That's his favorite hobby, right?
Yes.
This guy gets 9 hours a night. That must be the secret. I'd give anything for a clean 7. Here's the 2-1 to Capel. Stassi tried to bring that back, 3-1. When he needs a strike, like now, slider?
No, cutter.
Cutter, okay. Went to the slider, got it in there, 3-2.
And he took a little bit off as far as velocity of that one. At 82, he's averaging over 85 miles per hour on his slider. Now he looks back at the defense moving back. On the 3-1 count, anticipate maybe pulling the baseball. Now move back more traditional at the shortstop position for Soto.
The 3-2. He's fouled back. He's got to be way above average on strike percentage on the slider, especially with 2 strikes. Is that an easy pitch to throw for a strike?
I think that's where we talked about it the last few days as far as organizational philosophy, and you see how much he throws, nearly 72%. That's #1 in all of baseball in opponent's batting average, 2nd, slugging percentage against, 2nd. But you can control the strike zone and control speeds of a slider very, very effectively.
Swing and a miss, he got him.
Yeah, and controlling the strike zone, backdoor slider.
Back-to-back Ks for Ohtani, 3 on the afternoon.
I mean, you give up on that. You know it's going to be close enough to the strike zone because they got the same data we're talking about. He throws a slider for a strike a lot, so you're more apt to go after it, and it does catch the outside part of the plate, but you think out of his hand, it's a ball.
Here's Garcia. His first at-bat versus Ohtani. Swing and a miss. Going down to Erica Weston right now. Erica, do you have some intel on the offseason workout plan for Shohei?
I'm told that his offseason is almost more busy than the regular season, which is hard to imagine considering he's playing pretty much every single day. Shohei works out 5-6 days a week. He's got a shoot scheduled at least once a week. So between sleep and all of that, yeah, I would imagine his offseason is pretty busy. But also considering he's probably going to want to ramp up too, because Mike Trout said in his last media session yesterday that he knows Shohei is going to want to play in the WBC for Team Japan,
yeah.
So he's going to be busy.
Eric, I have one follow-up question right after this pitch. Of all the stories that you gave us this year, all outstanding, where does revealing Shohei's coffee order rank as far as some of the top stories?
Oh, that's at the top of the list.
Okay.
Not just Shohei stories, maybe like all stories, right? If you were going to ask me which my favorite one was, it was probably going to be my answer.
What is it again?
It is soy latte, extra shot of espresso. You are welcome.
And another strikeout, 3 in a row.
Boy, he's got the feel for that slider again. This is a little harder slider. An 88, so he's thrown an 82 and now an 88-mile-an-hour slider. Love that spin. He had over 2,517 RPMs. That's well above average as far as spin rate on a slider, way above what he has had in the past.
Looking to go the first time through the A's batting order clean. If you're enamored by the strikeouts, Ohtani with 4 so far and 3 straight.
217 on the season.
That's pop up. Otani's just going to walk off. And, oh, it got interesting.
Yes.
My goodness.
I got it, you take it. And then Fletch, stealth, comes in and gets it.
Info on becoming a season seat holder, call 888-796-HALO or simply visit angels.com/season seats. Is it too early to start getting pumped for 2023? It's not.
Never,
Okay.
never.
We have such a great crew. In one word to describe our crew in Bally Sports, I'll go magnificent. Do you have one? I'll let you think
I'll
about
go with
that.
outstanding.
Yeah, I'll throw some names out there while we have time because we're coming to the close of the season. Technical director, Ken Kirschbaum.
Awesome.
Feel free to jump in. Audio, Matt Huff.
Yes.
How about our EVS? Edgar Lopez.
There he is.
Jeff Kirby.
Curbs.
Jerry Todd.
Jerry.
Andrew Davis. Tracy Wilder. Ruben Corona.
Yes.
Alex Williams. CVS, thank you so much. Our Bally Bar, it's always so clutch. Don Ham Dog Walker.
Oh, yes.
And Scotty Beck. Hit well right field. And they got a guy there in Connor Capel. One down. How about research all year? Dan Hyatt coming through for us.
Yes, great stuff.
Didn't know math was going to be involved on those, but our graphics producer, Dan Snyder.
Snides.
Graphics, Mitch Reinhardt.
Midge.
The Midge. John Martinetto.
Johnny.
Thank you, John.
Let me go back to, if I'm out saying, let's just go remarkable. In
Okay.
the words of Tim McCarver. Remarkable.
That's a good pitch there from Walden. Chuck not called. Duffy the batter.
Love those visits in the truck to see everybody each and every day when we're at home. Just a great family.
That's in there, 1-1. Some pretty awesome stage managers, Steve Benson, JR, John Reynolds, Ralph Lopez, Frankie Ellis, Connie, thank you all.
Thank you for that. Holy Chuck's got a good arm.
Yeah.
A fastball. You know, that fastball can get up there on average of over 94 miles an hour, touching 95 there.
Matt Duffy's been great to talk to all season. A lot of playing time down the stretch. That's a nice spot right on a 1-2 to run a fastball in right there.
So he knows he hits the ball the other way so well. It's tough to be able to get that, go inside out on that fastball upstairs. Duffy's so good middle away. Whoa, is that Erica?
Erica, you all right? That was pretty close.
We're clear. We're in the clear. Right next to me, though. It was, we didn't make a catch over here, though, unfortunately.
Did you call it like Fletch on that pop-up at the end?
Not quite as clutch as Fletch.
But that play was just as interesting. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Waldichuk gets Duffy 2 down.
It's a pretty good changeup. First punch out. Got a pretty high whiff percentage versus his changeup this year, over 30%.
Here's David Fletcher. Right up the middle, but hit on a line, and Seth Brown is there. That's the final out. Angels looking to scratch one across. Ohtani gets the 2 strikes on a hitter, which, let's face it, is a lot. Last season, the splitter was used 39% of the time, and the slider just 27%. But this season, you can almost flip that on his head.
And his feel, both sides of the plate, even upper part of the strike zone, lower part of the strike zone, harder slider, a little slower slider, horizontal break, vertical break on a slider. That is why it's been so good. Already 4 strikeouts today with his slider. It's amazing what he's able to do. The feel for that pitch, a little bit less stress as far as blisters with a slider as compared to a splitter.
Top of the order, a clean first time through the order for Ohtani. First pitch curveball misses. Good series for Kemp. He drove in the winning run in a walk-off game 1 and scored the winning run last night.
So he warning everybody again.
And Ipe gets the baseball.
Cutter there. That's his pitch he likes to go to get back into counts, make sure he can throw a strike.
Nice photo op with the fans in the background. Nicely done. Four, 5, 6 shake-offs.
Matt Weiss was asked this the other day because of the pitch clock next year, how Shohei will adjust to that one. And Matt just said right away, he's Shohei Ohtani. He adjusts to everything.
It just seems like he is going to have an even bigger advantage over the hitter with a pitch clock.
Another cutter. The interesting thing everyone was talking about with the pitch clock, they may see a drop in velocity of pitchers. I can't quite understand that one as much, but we'll see. We'll start to see that a little bit in spring training and then in the beginning part of the season, if indeed that is the case. Because the pitchers, you know, doing their different techniques to get ready to throw the baseball, but I don't think that should be an issue.
That's lined out towards left field. Joe Adell got a late jump, but goes back and tracks it down. Phew. Ended up making a nice catch. 1 out.
That's a carry to it. Joey just kept looking in, and Max Stassi is wondering how that baseball, how he hit it that far.
You know, it's tough off the bat, so Adell freezes with the speed, able to make the play. If I could follow up on the question, you know, about if pitchers are going to lose velo with the pitch clock, could it be because people might think that fatigue is a factor and a pitcher takes more time to maybe get the legs under him to rear back and throw hard?
I never saw a drop off in velocity of Nolan Ryan, even in his mid to late 40s, and he was a guy that worked fairly quick. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Guys will work. The routines are in great shape. All the different things available for players today, from nutrition to working out, is going to allow them to be strong, whether they're pitching with 15 seconds in between or 30 seconds in between.
Sinker at 96. 1-1 to Murphy. We already see a huge uptick in slider usage. We'll see. Do you think it's going to continue to trend that way with the pitch clock? More changeups, more breaking balls?
I think so. I mean, it wasn't that long ago the slider was a big pitch, and then you saw, because of the launch angle, evolution of a four-seam fastball and big slow curveball. We'll see how everything turns out, especially when the defense in the infield, the way it's going to be set up.
Fletcher has that one and throws out Murphy. And 2 outs. We're in the 4th.
I still think the game is going to improve dramatically with the pitch clock.
Because of the excitement.
And because of action being quicker. In the minor leagues, I know from our Salt Lake City team, it dropped 25 minutes on average the games. 25 minutes, that's significant. And it'll be a learning curve, but I think a lot of that will be taking place in spring training games.
It's going to keep the fans' involvement more interested. These games are not going to drag on. It's going to be quick. What about batting averages with no longer having a shift being enforced, or it's going? You have to play straight up. You can't be on the grass at all. You have a shift right now. Are batting averages going to go up across the board?
It's possible, but I think when you look at the teams that are going into the postseason, a lot of them rely a lot on power. So you're still going to have guys trying to lift the ball in the air. So yeah, you might see some, but it's going to take 3 or 4 hits sometime to score. But you can have one swing of the bat and you're scoring a run.
Another ground ball. Seth Brown, a tough out, but Ohtani takes care of him, and no surprise. Shohei Ohtani continues to dominate on the hill, and he got a little help from his friends.
Exceptionally well. When you go back to the last at bat here, he throws a 68-mile-an-hour curveball to tie for the slowest pitch he has ever thrown at 68. Then he throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. If I do my math correctly, Patrick, I would say that's a 32-mile-an-hour difference between a slow curveball and then a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That is unbelievable. It's video game stuff. Or Clash Royale type stuff on
Nice.
Video game.
Nice. Nice. I heard you got a little shout out from Clash Royale after the Gooby Tuesday yesterday.
Yes, they were thinking, wow, Shohei Ohtani's liking it. I said, that's pretty good. That is video game stuff. You're throwing 68-mile-an-hour curveball and then a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
So his lowest, and then right at the top of the list, 100 triple digits, Joe Adell.
A lot of us mere mortals were happy with a separation of about 5 or 6 miles per hour on a pitch.
If you're a mere mortal, what does that make me? There's Joe Adell looking for a flare, but no. Diaz is there, and 2 outs here in the 5th, and gives us a chance to give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
I bet jumping on the first pitch here now, Max Stassi. Give his battery made a lead.
The way he's going, possibly all he would need. Trying for it. Nice call.
That was nearly his zone, too. Turn on it.
Another good hack. Down the way, 0-2. Really good effort from Ken Waldichuk. Getting an opportunity here. The A's acquired from the Yankees. Mikey Montas trade. He's got 4 2/3, scoreless, and just 2 hits. Double by Trout. Single in the first. A flare by Ohtani. That's been it. Oh, but he got him. Ouch.
Some Angels have been hit by overthrown off-speed pitches the last couple of days, including Shohei Ohtani. Hit on the tricep yesterday.
The third baseman, number 2, Luis Rengifo.
That's right on that knee area. Oof.
That might leave a mark, certainly, and also just in the catcher position, squatting. Well, taking something with him from game 162. Nice bruise.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciates that.
Top of the order. 1 on, 2 outs. Here's Rengifo. He's 0 for 2.
Wow. A little off the plate, called a strike.
These guys got off-season plans, trying to keep moving. Actually, come to think of it, I saw a lot of the Angel suitcases, not all of them going back on the plane back to SoCal. People going different spots across the country. Who knows, maybe even heading back to Venezuela. "17 home runs for Luis Rengifo, breakout offensive campaign."
Go along with 22 doubles and 4 triples.
If you're Oakland Brass, you're like, oh, I like what we're seeing from Waldichuk here. They're looking towards next year. And they've lost over 100 games this year. And not high hopes to be much better next year. Yep, and get Luis Rengifo. That's the second strikeout for Waldichuk. And I don't think you want to stray too far from the old television or tablet, because Shohei Ohtani once again has it working, and he's back to the bump after this. Babe Ruth, only players with 10+ homers, 10+ pitching wins in the same season. Shohei with 15 to Babe's 13. The ERA nearly identical. The strikeouts were going to have to favor Shohei as well as the home runs, and but Babe got him in slugging. But after 19, Babe Ruth gave up the pitching. Shohei Ohtani has no plans. He's going to continue on to be a two-way superstar in this game for many, many years.
Not only the physical part, the mental part is so important for Shohei Ohtani. It's not easy to do what he's doing, but he's ready physically and mentally to do it.
Bottom 5. Jordan Diaz, the batter.
Ooh, that was a hanging slider. He got away with that one. That's why you throw strikes. Occasionally a hitter will miss a mistake. Well, that sinker's been effective. He's throwing quite a few sinkers today.
.50 pitches and so efficient. Clean ball game so far for Ohtani. Would you expect anything less?
When you watch his routines every day, bullpen session even the day before he pitches, just to get a feel for the incline of the mound.
He was even timing his routine because there's a little pregame, celebration of Stephen Vogt.
That was a splitter there. That was a pretty good splitter. Shaking off because he has about 6 or 7 pitches he can go to. Yeah, every one of them is good. Yeah, hold on, that's good. Throw him a splitter.
He's keeping Stassi involved in the game.
So he went slider after a splitter.
Slider, slider, sinker, splitter, slider.
So maybe try to go upstairs, elevate. 99 mile an hour fastball upstairs. So he went splitter, slider, and 99. Diaz is giving a pretty good battle. I think now when you establish you can throw 99, I think a slider gets him here now, as long as it gets towards that outside part of the plate.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Cutter got him.
And his cutter has vertical drop to it. You always think of cutter having more horizontal. There's a late break to it. That's a great little look at that baseball, the spinning of the seams coming towards home plate.
Stephen Vogt up again. Big round of applause here. Home faithful in his final game.
Five strikeouts in a game for Ohtani. His highest spin rate on his cutter to that last one. That's why you saw that late drop to it. There's 24.49 for a cut fastball. That's really solid spin.
All right, so he falls behind 3-0. Number 1 3-ball count.
Hackett 3-0.
You know what? Your last game.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I didn't come here to walk.
And I'm facing Shohei Ohtani on the bump. I'm going to look for a spot in my zone. But you know Shohei's not just going to throw a fastball down the heart of the plate. He throws a cutter just enough in the inside part of the plate to have him be out in front and pull it foul.
No regrets for Vogt. He took a shot at it. Still counts 3-1. Another cutter out back, and now the count is full.
So 2 cutters in a row, got him back to a count now. Or now you got a potential chance to get the chase at a non-strike.
The 3-2, first base runner of the game. And 1 out walk to Stephen Vogt.
That slider, he got underneath it, around the baseball in that one.
There's Chad Pinder.
By the way, a rise with a couple walks and a hit today for Minnesota will win the batting title in the American League.
He had a tremendous season. 2 out of 3. Big categories for Aaron Judge, but no Triple Crown.
It's a couple sinkers he's thrown now today to Chad Pinder. One that got the lower part of the strike zone. He was looking like, wow, where'd that come from? And that one with some movement.
struck out back in the second.
I love when we get to look on social media, Pitching Ninja, what he throws and shows how those baseballs move. That last one, that sinker he threw to Chad Pinder that moved. I mean, that's, and then you show the slider, that same arm slot. I mean, there's a real big difference between where those two pitches go, especially against a right-handed batter. It's amazing.
One on, one out. 1-2 to Pinder. Check, no swing. When Trout was doing his media scrum yesterday and he was asked about Shohei and he was just shaking his head, he said sometimes Shohei will just hold the baseball and show Trout. He said, today I'm going to make my slider do this. He shows him moving in all different directions. And Mike's like, it's just not fair. That's Shohei. Most incredible season in baseball history. We've been witness to it here in 2022. That's going to be the first hit of the game. And Pinder drives it to the wall. And Vogt's going to keep it right there. So second and third, one out.
That slider just spins on the inner half. Didn't get the check swing called. Didn't look like he went. Pitch before. This one got too much of the plate. So it spins back. It's a flat slider. So you're going to pinch run now. Pinder.
Ernie Clement is going to pinch run as Pinder breaks up the no-hit bid.
And he's a free agent to be also.
He hears it from the crowd. He gets hugs all around. One from Vogt. From Fran Riordan. And Tony Kemp.
Where Shohei Ohtani amps it up here with runners in scoring position. It's 165. Halfway in because it's Stephen Vogt over at third base on the right side of the infield.
Capel, fly ball center field, and that's deep enough. And Trout has it. And that's going to be a sac fly, RBI, 1-0 Oakland. So Vogt, who broke up the perfect game that was in the works for Shohei with a walk, and he scores the first run of the game in his last game in the big leagues. Dermis Garcia is now the batter. The runner is still in scoring position.
Interesting to see what happened here with Shohei. Training staff, Ippei, Phil Nevin.
Blister perhaps.
Finger, yeah.
Well, it's nice to see him walk that way and not the other direction.
And that doesn't count as an official visit. You can see the home plate umpire saying that.
See team trainer Mike Frostad having a chat over there with Matt Wise, coaching staff, informing them of what Shohei and Ippei let them know. 1-0 Oakland here, bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. Slider a good one, 0-1. Two.
A nasty couple sliders in a row. Kind of angry sliders from Shohei.
Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And 5 in the books for Shohei Ohtani. 1 run does come in. Oakland breaks up a perfect game, then breaks up a no-hitter and score on a sac fly.
3 straight nasty sliders for the strikeout for Shohei.
And some of his teammates, if that indeed is it, and it appears to be, what a season for the two-way superstar.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure he finished on a great note. 3 pitches and a punch out. Now he's looking to see if he can get a little offense here to put himself in position for a W. Quite see him out on the on-deck circle yet. Looks like he is going to hit, though. 2.33 ERA to finish off the season for Ohtani.
Lowered it just a smidge from 2.35. What a season for Shohei. 0-2 here to Trout. Ohtani will remain in the game. Nash Walters. If he comes in, that will be his debut.
Clement over at third base, took over for Pinder. There's Shohei.
Swing and a miss. Aldichuk gets Trout. 1 down. With Shohei Ohtani coming up, and we love to look back, flashback on some of our favorite moments of the season. When it comes to Shohei Ohtani, I think this versus Kansas City. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, then the very next night, 13 strikeouts, career high.
Well, this was a mammoth home run. The reaction by his teammates and Shohei himself when he tied that game up with his second 3-run home run of the game. Then the next day, he comes out, punches out 13. 8 incredible innings against a team that hit 6 home runs in the first 2 games of that series, and he shut them down. Shohei dominant. Trying to help himself out here, see if he can tie this up.
Another one of my favorite moments from Ohtani was at Fenway, May 5th, went 7-11 Ks. And remember the line drive off the monster that knocked his own number off the wall.
Yes. Also, remember he had, what, 22 swing and misses in zone that day. Ooh. He was trying to hit that out of the zone.
Here's the 1-2 to Shohei, and a strikeout. Aldichuk gets him. Back-to-back Ks for the rookie, Trout Ohtani.
Yeah, he's feeling it now. He's throwing a number of these fastballs at 95, and whether you're a young pitcher or veteran pitcher, you're locked up against a pitcher like Shohei Ohtani, you elevate your game, and he's done that so far today.
4 strikeouts and 3 in a row for Aldichuk. Here's Taylor Ward. Let's see if that gets through. That's a long throw from Allen off the line, and the tag applied, got him. So Aldichuk, a 1-2-3-6. Phil Nevin just checking in to make sure he got him. The call on the field was out at first. And Garcia applies the tag. Waldichuk dealing. Shohei Ohtani did as well. A brand new Hyundai by Spectrum. Spectrum has the most reliable service coast to coast. You can save up to 60%. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Shohei Ohtani his season on the mound is over, not at the plate with the Ohtani rule in effect. And here is Nash Walters making his, well, not only his Angels debut, his major league debut, acquired from the Brewers. And he is the 66th player used by the Angels, extending their franchise record. And he's the first Nash ever in the bigs.
That is amazing, though. That still shocks me.
Logan O'Hoppe is in for Max Stassi. Close out the catching here on the season. Nash Walters from Tyler, Texas. A big Texan. I saw him walk into the bus the other day with some giant cowboy boots on. His first batter will be Nick Allen. Nash has been up with the team for a little while, and he got up in the bullpen last night and was hoping he'd make his debut, and here it is. What a thrill.
That'd be unreal for him right now. Get a chance to pitch in the show. Trying to pick up his first MLB punch out here.
He had been elevated to AAA Nashville, the Brewers organization, and for a couple of those games that the team wore Nash on the front for Nashville, but that's his first name, and Walters on the back. Got a kick out of that. I said, did you get a picture? And I don't really do a Texas accent, but he said, no, I don't do pictures. Is that?
You don't do Texas accent?
Either.
Rushing up there at 85 with a cutter.
Oh, nice play made by a fan wearing an Angels uniform. The 2-2. Right up the middle. Walters wisely lets it go, and Soto throws him out, and he's got an out and an ERA.
That first out, you can go out there and now relax and go after that next hitter. It's official.
Welcome to the show, Nash Walters. With one down here in the sixth, here's Tony Kemp. Really impressed that Shohei might have had a little blister there. He's like, I don't care, I want to finish strong, and man, some wipeout sliders.
Well, when he knows that he sees that finish line, it's almost automatic. It's going to be a punch out. These nasty sliders. I've seen that before where he rushes his fastball up to 100. He knows he's potentially going to face his last batter. And he loves to complete the inning. You know, very rarely do you see Shohei Ohtani come out in the middle of the inning. The only time I've seen him recently was up there in Minnesota when the conditions weren't good. He was on his landing foot, especially the mound. It was a little bit wet. Just steady drizzle, target field. Aaron Luke came in and did a great job to escape that inning.
Shohei's final pitching stats on the season, 166 innings, 219 strikeouts, and a 2.33 ERA. Oh, that's going to get through for a hit with a shift on. Nobody there. Coming up after today's game is a special edition of the Rally. Here's Brooke Fletcher.
Brooke Fletcher here with a special edition of the Rally Ruzz. Joshua and insiders from around the country are going to get you ready for MLB playoffs right here on Valley Sports.
Halos are going to need a rally in this one. Scoreless, trailing 1-0, bottom of the 6th.
Let's have to check out Walter's move here to first base with Kemp. A little walking lead.
Well, next year, that little single by Tony Kemp is just going to be a nice little quiet out. But not in game 162 of 2022. David Fletcher's going to be fun to watch defensively next year with, you know, the new rule.
So good no matter where you put it, whether it's second base, shortstop. He was Gold Glove finalist a number of years ago at third. At second base, Gold Glove finalist last year.
So if you were to, you would think Shohei might get more than 166 innings next year?
Yeah, I think he will. Just because he's going to start utilizing that sinker, it's going to give him a better chance to get some quicker outs like he did today.
And Walters falls behind 3-1 to Murphy.
Today in the game, he got 2 one-pitch outs for Shohei. I believe Kemp's on the move here now. 3-2 with just 1 out. Chance for Hoppy to throw at his first base stealer. Strike him out, throw him out.
You think doppelgangers here a little bit, Murphy, Walters?
Good call.
Thanks. He's on the move, and a good jump. And doesn't matter, it's ball 4.
Now that's the center fielder, number 15,
Kurt Suzuki. Going to make the pitching change, maybe?
Kurt Suzuki. Little mound visit. Is he going to take the baseball or just give a... He's going to take the baseball. He's making a pitching change here.
Yes, he is.
And it's Rob Zastryzny coming in.
number 40, Rob Zastryzny.
The first pitch of the game with family and friends. That was absolutely incredible and very emotional, was it not?
Oh, that was an incredible moment. You see that? What we saw at home with the Big A2, that ceremony. And then, hey, I'm going to start calling him Captain Hook. He's bringing the hook out there. Zook bringing the hook.
He brought the love, though. Look at how he treats Nash Walters. It just made his big league debut. That's special right there. I think he's the manager right now, is he not? Strisny in there to face Seth Brown, misses with the first pitch. That's popped up. Trout shielding that high sky, and he has it for the second out of the sixth.
Might have stayed up there high enough where Trout was able to run that in. It looked like off the bat it was going to be trouble, especially the way the defense was set up.
So Strisny is just trying to keep the score right here, 1-0. Jordan Diaz with 2 down. Might see Strisny pitching for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. He's represented the country before, being born in Edmonton, Alberta. That was a thrill for his father, even bigger than him making his big league debut is what he told me. Raised in Texas, Corpus Christi. Two on, 2 out, 1-0 Oakland.
Let's pull that four-seamer a little bit over through it. Strinsky's got a good curveball along with his four-seam fastball. Trying to get through the inning and make Kurt Suzuki look good.
You two can relate to having your last names mispronounced in grade school. Where is it? Ohapi can't find it. Runners advance, and it's a 3-1 count.
Change-up. Wild pitch.
Ripped down the line, but foul, and Tony Kemp just sneaked out of the way of that. Raised the heart level just a little bit.
And you had to stretch a little bit too after that one. Weren't expecting it. Well, Matrix.
Any taller, that might have got him. Soto has it.
Great job by Captain Hook going down and going to the lefty end of the bullpen. Kurt Suzuki doing the job.
Team on social media. Visit angels.com/social for a list of the official team social media accounts. Yeah, Phil Nevin gets a new deal for next year, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to let Kurt Suzuki manage. And did a great job. Angels are down 1-0. You know what? The baby Bjorn gave me fits. Not easy. They just make them too complicated nowadays. You're going to have to get with the Twins. You're going to get both in the front, or one in the front, one in the back. How are you going to work that, Gooby? Those are the pictures I want to see.
Yeah,
not the fancy ones. Down.
Oh, for sure.
And more shout outs. Audio. Didn't get them all. Sean Carey, Tom Sullivan, Tom Anderson, Max, Dave Olcott, Jaime, Josh Cumming, Kerry Highland, thank you all. To go with Jeff Walker, Ann Cliff, Francisco, thank you. Video, Andrew Ortega, Angel Beltran, Anna D'Amico, Sergio Ortega, Darren Gallagher, thanks so much.
Thank you. Well, that's a long way to go, and he was able to run it down.
What a play.
Dealing with the bullpens.
Now batting
Lose
number
the hat.
10, David Fletcher.
You're talking about a long way to go to run this one down. You got to be ready every time in this ballpark. There's a ton of foul territory.
Connor Capel making the play. Brings up David Fletcher.
Trying to get a run across or more here to get Shohei Ohtani off the hook.
Inside 1-1. Our libero operators, Jordan Gebhardt, Blake Reynolds, and Taylor Quellman. There's even emotional support animals listed here, Gooby. Moose, Ninja, and Roxy.
Perfect.
Fletch trying to send that down the left field line. Almost a nice play made. Bring the glove. You have one chance.
By the way, speaking of making a great catch, Cable went 118 feet to run down that foul ball.
Sprint speed.
Fast.
And Waldichuk still out there dealing. 90 pitches. Fletch trying to flare one in, but that's also going to go foul. The drums have been relatively quiet today. Now I've done it.
Way to go, Patio. By the way, longest outing Waldichuk's career right now into the 7th inning. Waldichuk dealing. 91 pitches coming in the game at a 6.18 ERA, down at just about 5 right now.
Even in the minor leagues. And Fletch is going to rope one into left for a base hit.
You know why he loves his field? Because he can find the grass, and he found that grass in a line drive into the outfield. Guessing this might be his last batter.
Soto, first pitch fouled away. Now hitting .407. When Velasquez got hurt, and he was, I mean, Andrew Velasquez played some exceptional defense this year. Had the knee surgery. And Squid was a lot of fun to be around. It gave opportunity. That's what happens, and you need that depth. You've talked about it, and Soto really opened some eyes.
Yeah, he's done a real nice job with the glove, running the bases well. We got in a scoring position and ended up scoring the tying run after a base hit. bobble into the outfield or throw it into second and got all the way to third. Andrew Velazquez is going to be in that conversation, I firmly believe, as far as Gold Gloves at shortstop. All those defensive metrics point that way for Velazquez.
Long run, good hustle by Ernie Clement, who played college baseball with Matt Theis at Virginia.
Still trying to elevate that fastball, get a chase. It's been very effective for him.
Real good take, though, right? Rookie, fouling off, battling, but you recognize that was above the zone.
You know he could turn on a ball. If he could turn on one in the right field, it's a good chance of being a tie ball game.
Two. Announced attendance 11,232. 3,500 more than last night. It's because of the guy on the mound today, Shohei.
This pitch will be number 100.
This could be trouble. Allen, one and a double play. That is some outstanding pitching by the rookie, Waldachuk. Has the most reliable service coast to coast. You can save up to 60%. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today. By the OC Healthcare Agency, build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by Cremily. Taste the difference that makes a difference. Try Cremily, the official frozen yogurt of Angels baseball. To our Angels family, all you great fans, whether from the start of the season or even new to the team, we thank you for your support throughout the entire 2022 season. Can't wait to see you next year. Thank you.
It's been outstanding. Looking forward to a winning season next year, postseason. Back there.
Zach Weiss, 12th game and his first game in the big since 2018. And he didn't have an ERA, right? Till this year.
Yeah,
it's infinity.
Infinity and beyond.
Okay, Buzz. And Stephen Vogt once again has made an impact. And he drives one, hit well. Stephen Vogt leaves the yard in his last game, and look at him dance around the bases. Oh, it's storybook. Wow.
Get a hug at home plate. You talk about a perfect swing for a perfect afternoon for Stephen Vogt and the love he's getting and got before the game.
Broke up a perfect game from Ohtani, scored the game's first run, and then homers. It's lifted. And coming in is Joe Adell making a nice play. Watch him right between first and second. Just got a curtain call.
Spectacular moment for him. How about the two catchers retiring? Kurt Suzuki, now Stephen Vogt. Both with some really special moments here at the ballpark here in Oakland.
We will always believe in Stephen Vogt here in the Bay Area. That's cool. Suzuki 7 years in the green and gold here in Oakland. Line drive, base hit by Capel. Certainly don't want to see the Angels give up a home run, but if you're going to do it, Stephen Vogt's one of the good guys in the game. Look at his bench.
I mean, that's how great and how respected he is as a teammate. Look at his guys in the dugout jumping. The fans, the chants over the years, I believe in Stephen Vogt. One of the great players and great characters of the game.
He probably kept jumping in his arms. Probably blacked out going around the bases. He was high-stepping it like Dion. Probably felt light as a feather around to the bases. There are moments in sports that just transcend everything. I don't care who you're rooting for. How do you not root for that?
They've been showing highlights to add his career has as an A here today. The last few days here at the ballpark. That might be top in the list on that swing he just had there.
He got his gear on. Such a likable guy. Loving it. Visalia and Azusa Pacific. Runner goes. Oh, Hoppy, pop time, a good throw. Safe at second.
Fletch looking in. He was quick on the tag. A tough pitch to catch and throw. That was quick. Looks like they're going to check it.
On the knee? He may have got him. Nissan umpire review is coming.
Los Angeles is challenging safe at second base.
2.06 pop time. That's a tough pitch, too. It's a high breaking ball. Unless that foot is disconnected, I don't know if there's enough to overturn that.
Really? Guess maybe I was more hopeful on that first look, a closer look that maybe grazed the knee going in, left knee. They're interested. Right there.
Good view right here, I think. Look like the foot is just got on the base and has stayed connected. Only way they can help us if he got the knee first before the thigh.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. Los Angeles will lose their challenge.
Kurt Suzuki, sorry, pal, 0 for 1. He called for the review.
You know what? He's taking care of his catcher, though.
Yes, he is. Gave us an opportunity to see the throw a few more extra times, at the very least. Good hack, healthy hack, fouled back 2-2. Oh, gets away. Oh, Hoppy's going to have to hustle. The throw, not in time. Strikeout, but he reaches.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Nick Allen.
Just got underneath that slider, just underneath the glove. Trying to be as fast as possible.
Thinking pass ball on that or wild pitch?
Going to be at a wild pitch, probably.
Vote Jared Walsh for the 2022 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, which recognizes players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLB.com/Clemente21. Honor for Walshy. I hope he's doing good. Was ruled a wild pitch on Zach Weiss. First and second, runners at the corners. Only one out. Nick Allen. And Duffy was holding the runner at first, and then he broke in, expecting possibly a play on.
Well, it's that safety squeeze potentially with one out. That great spin rate that Zach Weiss can get. It's the time you look for that punch out.
Two 2-0 Oakland, bottom 7. Stephen Vogt last game. Wow.
We'll give him another at bat. Never know.
What do you think he would want? End his career on a home
Yes,
run?
I think I would.
I know I would too. Be like, I'm good. Good.
Hall of Famer Ted Williams homered on his last at bat. Thank you, Mitch Reinhardt, for that one. A little info. This splendid splinter.
And listen towards right field. You got Capel with good speed at third. Taylor Ward has it. The throw home is over the head of O'Hoppe. And Capel scores to make it 3-0 Oakland. Sac fly by Nick Allen.
Part of that too, he's just caught that a little lower than he wanted to, and he ended up dropping his elbow. We know how strong that arm is, how effective it has been for throwing from right field for Taylor Ward this year with 5 outfield assists.
Garcia advances to second on the throw home. On to appeal to see if Capel left early. He did not.
Suzuki's trying it all here today.
It's Tony Kemp swinging a miss, 0-1. This Oakland team, give them credit. They have played really hard and well in this 3-game series, snapping Angels' 7-game winning streak in game 1. Play is made at first by Duffy, and a couple of runs come in, including a big home run, memorable one from Vogt. If you say so, Carlin, either way, we're just happy to get to the finish line here. It's been a blast. And Carlin, Bobby Valentine, looking forward to our Angels Live post-game show. Jorge Ruiz is on the hill. And Joe Adell is at the plate. And it's 3-0. Oakland.
Well, the check was really solid today.
I know.
7 shutout innings.
Joe Adell with a gapper. See if that can get through. And it does. It gets through. So Joe's going to turn on the Jets. And he rounds second, looking for a triple, and he's in there.
He almost hopped up on that bag, too, on the slide. So if he stayed connected.
Now batting number 14, Logan O'Hoppe.
They might score that a double, possibly, Gooby.
Yeah, I think a double and an error on that one. But it's when he got to second base, you see him. He was thinking about this being content for the double. She's a little bit of bobble. Then he turns on the afterburner. How quick Joe Adell is and slides in. It's like that at third base.
Give him a 13 double as it skips right by Connor Capel. It was hit well, it was hit hard. I thought maybe be some generous scoring for him. Either way, he's at third. Here's Logan O'Hoppe. Noticed Christian Pache's in center field. And there's a line drive, base hit, RBI for Logan O'Hoppe, scoring Adell. Angels are on the board. It's 3-1.
Just like that, you're bringing the tying run to the plate. Luis Rengifo with Trout behind him. Well, that's a good swing, O'Hoppe. Put up some big-time numbers down at Rocket City. Trash Pandas. They're being traded over from the Phillies. So now they change it to a triple for Joe Adell. Looks like now second of the season.
Should have just stuck with my instincts. Dang it.
That's why you have an eraser on your pencil there, Patrick.
I've got this correction tape I'm working with. And I use it quite a bit. So it brings up Luis Rengifo, as you mentioned, tying run at the plate. Switch hitter now from the left side.
Have to get warmed in a hurry just in case Shohei Ohtani
Kirby Snead
gets up here with some damage to do.
There's one. And back to first, double play. That goes 3-6-3. Garcia turns it, and 2 quick outs. With Trout coming up, that leads us to another one of our top moments of the year when Mike Trout homered in 7 consecutive games. And Gooby, that's just one off the Major League Baseball record. What a tear he was on there.
Yeah, and he was crushing it. Not only pulling home runs, but center field, right center field. That was outstanding to see that type of swing consistently going for Trout. Thought he was going to get that record there the way he was going. Still love to see him get number 40 here.
Dale Long, Don Mattingly, Ken Griffey Jr. Most homers in one season. Last year, Ohtani almost tracked down Troy Glaus. And Trout's on that list a couple of times. Looking for his third 40-homer season.
Going to have to battle on an 0-2 pitch here. Certainly capable of doing that. Just a little off the plate. Crowd thought it was a strike. It was off the plate.
I think Ruiz wanted it as well. Full count.
And just like normal.
Yep.
0-2 to 3-2 with Trout.
You asked me how many times I said that. I have no idea, but it feels like a lot. Mike Trout crushes one. He's staring that one down. Wow, number 40 for the three-time MVP, Mike Trout.
He went from 0-2, 3-2, 452 distance for Trout. Wow. Oh my, 110.6 exit velocity. Shohei Ohtani's got a smile and go, wow. Mike Trout covered that one. 40th home run of the season for Trouty. Fly, baseball, fly. Trout.
Giddy up. Did he ever give that baseball a ride? We've got a pitching change with Ohtani coming up. Third time in his career. The kid reaches 40.
Back to a 3-2 count. His reaction was, wow, this ball is covered. 452. Number 40 of the season. Top tier play. Arco, Trout. Where this baseball goes. Wow. Trouty covered that one. 40th of the season for Trout in less than 120 games. Incredible.
119th game.
That's worth another look on the iPad, I think.
American League players with fewer than 120 games to get to 40. He's one of 3 players all time. That was way back there. That's an upper tank job.
Yeah, that deserves a bat flip. A rocket double and a mammoth home run.
Everyone knew that was gone. Kirby Snead on to face Ohtani. And Shohei has taken Snead deep before. 1 for 3 with a homer.
So great to see that. Trout, 40 home runs. 40 home runs, 28 doubles, 2 triples.
I think that homer right there puts the finishing touches on a top 5 AL MVP.
Yeah. 70 extra base hits. Yeah.
And that one's a rocket, but right to Clement, and just gets Ohtani, who gets down the line from home to first quicker than anybody. But another look. And Mike Trout doing some serious damage to a baseball.
All about the hands, getting that fastball at 95, lower third, and crushed it.
One season, a good look at the list. Fewer than 120 games played in the American League. McGuire, and now Trout, Griffey Jr., and Nelson Cruz with 41. And Cruz better hope that Trout doesn't come up again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm guessing Trouty might have did that for his wife Jess, whose birthday was today. Knowing Trouty, home run for her? I'm sure he did. That's Trouty. Vintage Trouty.
Well, he certainly could say he did now, that's for sure. The expected batting average on that homer is 1,000, by the way. Launch angle 28 degrees, 110.6 off the bat. Jaime Barria is on.
I think you should go up and check out the seat to make sure it's okay up there. In the sectional, Mount Davis.
Murphy, the batter, sends that towards right field. Taylor Ward, that's a long run. Is he going to get to that? No, it's a foul ball. A few more names I want to send some thank yous out to as our pre and post game director, David Olszewski, jack of all trades, Desiree Stone, graphics operator, Big John Martinetto. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you, thank you.
That's great help all year. Our directors, Travis LaFile, Dustin Denti, Doug Freeman. Great work all year. Our producers, Max Leinwan. Way to go, Max. Thank you. Evan Schloff, thank you very much.
The bestest.
Pre and post game producers, D. Lou, Darrell Lewis, Justin Goodman, well done. I can't thank you enough. That is for darn sure. On the Angels side of things, TT Tom Taylor and the Angels Communications Department, Adam Chotsko, Matt Burgess, Grace McNamee, great job, thank you. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout to Murphy.
Now batting, number 15.
Korea having a solid season, coming in 2.64 ERA. It's a punch out. Our whole crew is outstanding. Valley Sports West side and the Angels side, thank you for all you have done for us to make this a lot of fun during the season.
Jaime Barria facing Seth Brown. Trout broke back, runs in, and he has it. 2 outs. Our #1 moment of the year as we've counted down. There's been a lot of them. Reed Detmers, his no-hitter.
11th career start. Reed Detmers got some solid defense, got a ton of ground balls, soft contact throughout, and then just wait and wait and wait, and then to throw across the diamond for this no-hitter. Reed Detmers. Tell you what, he is going to be really, really good. Had that no-hitter, a little bit of a slowdown, found that slider again on that one start down in AAA, and then back and dominating.
Shea Langoliers lifted that to left field. Joe Adell makes the play, and we are through 8. Last chance for the Halos. Our players of the game is Shohei Ohtani, because he does it He does it all. He's a two-way player, and he deserves it. Look at these numbers.
Look at those ranks, top 5 in so many categories as far as on the hitting side and the pitching side. Number 1 in the American League as far as strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. Incredible. ERA 2.33 for Shohei.
Truly the most incredible season I've ever seen. And we saw last year.
Yes.
I mean, I'll never get bored watching Ohtani play baseball. Taylor Ward going to cap off his season. He could tie it up with a swing of the bat.
I'm mistaken of that home run that Trout hit. Wow. 80 RBIs to go along with 40 home runs for Trout. Still looking at that home run, and I wouldn't blame him. 0-2 count to start that at bat, too, for Trout.
And that's hit well. Ernie Clement is there, and he throws him out. A lot of thank yous, but a big thank you going down to Erica Weston. It has been a lot of fun working with you this year, and really great content all season long.
Thank you so much, Patio. Again, I know I briefly mentioned this on our last game at the Big A, but thank you to all the Angels fans. Thank you to you guys, Gooby, for being so welcoming, and for our amazing crew, but the fans especially for bringing me in and welcoming me from day one, especially on social media. It's been a lot of fun interacting with all the diehard Halos fans, and to bigger and better things next season, and I really appreciate it, and it's been a blast this year.
Way to go, E. Way to go.
Nice
E
job.
Entertainment.
Nice job down there. Stay safe, though. This one, we still got a couple of hot shots that could come your way. She's done an outstanding job from some of those interviews with the parents in the stands as homers are being hit. And it's been a lot of fun. And Gooby, to you, pal. A lot of fun, man. Thank you so much.
Way to go, Patio. Super proud of you, my friend. Known each other for a long, long time.
That's right.
That's fun. How about that? Your first full season play-by-play you call a no-hitter.
Yeah. I'd never seen one in person.
Yes.
That was, to do it with you, couldn't ask for anything more. And to the fans also, thank you. Out towards right field, and there's 2 outs and 1 out to go.
Halo fans, thank you so much. Whether at the Big A or watching the games on Bally Sports West, thank you.
Let's come back better and stronger than ever for 2023.
By the way, thanks to our entire coaching staff. They're outstanding. They've been great with us all season long. It's a great group. And to the players, how welcoming they have been the entire season. Some incredible ups, some downs, but a lot of fun times.
Agreed, a lot of fun. Great group, and with Phil Nevin coming back, I hope a lot of the same faces are as well. The 1-1 to David Fletcher, and it's 1-2.
Congrats on a great career for Kurt Suzuki.
Here, here. The 2-2 is a ground ball, and Tony Kemp is there. And that'll do it for the 2022 season. The Angels lose this one. They get swept by the A's. They finish the season 73-89.
And another one of those one-run games against the Oakland A's. It's just unreal, especially up in this ballpark. For the moment, Stephen Vogt, home run, last at bat. Kurt Suzuki, last game up here, and also got a chance to do a little managing too. A lot of fun times up here, but unfortunately not to be able to get the victory here today. Shohei did great once again on the mound, qualifies as a hitter and now a pitcher. No one's ever done that in the history of the game. That's phenomenal. Ohtani.
It was historic for Shohei Ohtani. It did not go the way for the Angels, and Mike Trout's going to finish off by making some of these fans happy for some more autographs. He hit his 40th homer, and we had some great moments throughout the season. Walk-offs, no-hitters, and Gooby, man, it was unreal.
Way to go, Patty. Love you, brother.
Love you too, pal. All right, well, that is going to do it for us up here in the booth. For Mark Gubiza, Erica Weston, our entire Valley Sports crew, and to the Angels family, thank you all so very much. Can't wait to do it again in 2023. Stick around because our Angels Live postgame show is next.